Alrighty, today's video challenge, Lockup, loud, less health, weaker Medkits, and one shot. It's one shot, we still have a thumper, which is generally all, well, good, because it's Lockup and generally we want to be able to breach really easily. Or at least without sacrificing that many resources, but generally, it's gonna be fine because, well, we're just gonna go through here and things should be, sure. We're just gonna ignore whatever's going on over there, take care of that over there, and afterwards run through here. And then not get shot, because of course not, so we're just gonna go over here. Well, move the file cabinets over there, and afterwards, aside from that, there's going to be less health combined with weaker medkits, which probably isn't the best formula for trying to, well, not die, but we'll start a hack over here and generally hope for the best, because that's kind of what we're looking for here. So we're just going to start a hack over here. We will not try and use a thumper to do anything, and then afterwards we'll go back through here. Because we do actually have to secure this area real quick in just a short moment before we start working on actually doing anything else, which would first start be clearing this room before we actually come inside over here. No, thank you, but we're gonna go over here and start a hack over here just so that we can get things going, and afterwards, well, things should be generally alright, so we'll look for any files whilst we still can, and then afterwards we're just gonna quickly go back upstairs and afterwards check on that over there, because that's still something that we generally want defended. So as we go over here, we'll search this file over here instead of, well, getting a terminal. And then we will really quickly try and run back over there because there is someone right outside right now, which generally we don't really want. So we'll take out that over there. Actually hit a shot, which is generally great because that means that we, well, don't actually let him breach. But then afterwards we'll start a hack over here. Now we do have more files, so never mind then. We're just gonna quickly go find some files while we wait for this, and well, maybe we'll find something that's generally in somewhere convenient, which is precisely right here. So before, well, they breach that door again, we're just gonna go get a search over here, get the intel that we want, and afterwards run back up over here, and then afterwards, well, check that over there, because that's kind of what we want to do right now. So we'll go over here, just quickly look out, take care of you over there, and then afterwards work on the next computer, which, speaking of which, we'll just let them happen and, well, let it be dealt with, and then we'll awkwardly wait over here for the next computer, which probably should be the last one, but maybe it won't be, and maybe it'll be here for quite a while, so we'll just quickly get it started, and afterwards we're just gonna go back upstairs, and afterwards watch that over there, which is generally of at least decent importance, so we'll go over here, and hopefully we'll get the intel that we're looking for relatively soon, which, hi there. Then with none of that, we don't actually have to do anything now, and we can just quickly go over here, grab the stuff that we want over here, and then afterwards jump down over here, so that we don't need any units, because that's definitely the solution to everything. So we'll go over here now, and then hopefully they won't breach all that fast, because that's kind of not what we want, but we'll go through here, open this over here, and then we've got a very simple solution called, well, hi there. Now we do have to be careful because we do have a thumper and it can very much shoot through one of those doors or the gaps between the bars, and well, if that were to happen, things can be really bad if it goes a bit too far in and then subsequently doesn't actually blow the door open, which, shockingly enough, is not the ideal situation. So whilst we try and take note of, well, not blowing ourselves up, we do also want to take note of, well, actually doing things semi-decently, which is kind of what we want here, so we'll just drop that over there. We'll go over here and grab some bags, and then afterwards, hopefully Sapphire will pick up those 3 medkits, because we should really consolidate them at this point, because we don't really have the ability to move all that many bags all that quickly, which, shockingly enough, we might want to do. So hopefully these medkits will be taken relatively soon as we go over here and grab the second bag, which is what we're going to do about right now, and hopefully we'll get a few shotguns, because we do really want that. It's still one shot, and quite frankly, an S97 is a questionable choice at best, which we don't really want to go for. Now, if those medkits could very much be taken right now, that would be quite nice. Hi there. Just saying, would appreciate it a lot, but sure. Those are not exactly shotguns, which are therefore not subsequently what we really want, but we'll grab not the bag that we want, and then afterwards we'll grab the bag that we do want, and then we'll grab those extra medkits, which for some reason over there, which I guess is fine. It's just that we're gonna go over here now, take care of you over there, and then just drop this over here, and then afterwards, subsequently, well, for a start, we're gonna heal up, and then afterwards, we're gonna run out of here because it's weaker medkits. Not as sort of important, but we don't really need to bring everything over here, so it's really not a bad choice to just do this. And then after subsequently clear those units and subsequently try and stay alive, because that's kind of how this ideally works. So as we heal up yet again, because there are way too many units behind us to want to actually fight them, we're gonna run through here, and then we're just going to not meet anyone, which is generally a good thing. So as those units try and scramble somewhere else, anywhere else to, well, come after us, hopefully we will meet them later on, because they're gonna be, well, somewhere else, which is kind of the premise of the entire thing. Now, as much as I do want to actually grab those remaining medkits, we probably don't need to, so we're still gonna go regardless. Not that it's actually a viable option, it's just that it's... Let's take care of that real quick, shall we? And then we'll quickly grab that ammunition that has subsequently just been stolen, because we both actually have a shotgun now, and that's maybe not how this ideally works. So as we just pull real security, we're just gonna wait for Simon to generally be done, which... That's not how that's supposed to work, but we'll go through here, ignore all of you over there, and I'll just go back downstairs for the medkit bag, which we don't actually need. It's just, well, something that could potentially be useful, and that's really all of its merits, which, as much as it isn't all that significant, does not seem all that bad. So we'll go over here, take care of you over there, take care of you over there, and then afterwards run through here, which... Hi there! Well, there's always knifing, which is generally a great thing when it's, well, one shot, because, well, in that case, we do want to actually be able to knife so that we can quickly do enough damage, and, well, in the case of one shot, it does apply, so it does most definitely help out, and, well, hopefully Cyber will be showing out with the bag decently soon, because that's not really what we're getting right now, so... If that could be very nicely transported over here right now. Hi there, you. Let's quickly take care of that. Look out for any more units. Take care of you over there. And then after this absurdity, finish loading this over there before we pull security on out. There is yet another squad, which is maybe not what we're looking for here when it's, well, less health, which is essentially, when combined with weaker medkits, a combination of somewhat glass cannon, just that we've got magical healing abilities, and, well, not really that much overall power, which... That was not necessary, but we're just gonna do it regardless. Unfortunately, those are S97s and not shotguns, which... I mean, for one of them will be far more powerful than the other in terms of actually... So I know one of them, there are shotguns, it's that squad over there, which we will very, very much take right now, because it's not what we need, but just what we may want. Not that it's particularly something that we really, really want in the first place, but... We will gladly work with it. Heal up yet again, even though we don't need to, but it's weaker medkits, so we really, really might as well before we get out of here, so... As we wait for this to essentially almost complete, we're just going to... Really? Right then. We'll just wait over here. Things should be clear downstairs over there for a tiny bit. And at this point, I guess I feel safe enough to just wait over here, which... I'm partially on board, it's just not really all that, well, confidence-inspiring, which... Speaking of which, let's go back over here. And then just watch out up over there, which... At this point, we could really move over here. As Cyber goes downstairs, but regardless, that's the daily challenge only just under 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Cheers everyone, have a great time!